Okay, we are on our nature walk today. A special video of Easy Treesy. These are oak trees here. They seem to be doing really well. I don't know if they were planted or if they were spawned by nature, but considering how big they have grown, I think they were because of nature. And I don't think anyone could have planted a tree here because the soil is quite springy, and I don't think anyone could have dug a hole and planted a tree here. So I think they were spawned by nature, but they seem to be doing really well. Maybe this was a very acorny spot. Maybe a lot of acorns landed here, or maybe there was some source of fertilization for the soil which made them grow here. This tree is quite a colorful tree. Of course, it's not going to look as good on camera as it does in real life, because you know how cameras are, but it will look really good on the video anyway, because cameras aren't completely rubbish. You don't want to be too hard on your camera, but maybe in the future some person will invent a better camera. But anyway, it's a really colorful tree. Look at this. How do you feel when looking at this tree? Well, they're definitely quite beautiful, more beautiful than your average tree, but they're not perfect colors like on a computer or an iPad or an iPhone or whatever. They're not that perfect, which makes them not the most beautiful thing ever, but they're still pretty nice to look at.
But maybe that's the beauty, that they're not perfect.
I don't think I see any beauty in that, no.
Okay, so now we're walking.
But that's just my opinion. What do you think of it?
I think they're quite beautiful, actually. Do you want to talk a bit about... oh, look, there are acorns.
There are acorns on the ground. They sometimes can go into the soil and spawn a new oak tree. There are acorns. There are a lot of acorns in the forest. Oak trees are very common trees.
Okay.
Oak trees, I don't know if this is true, but of the trees I've seen, most of them seem to be oak trees here. You can collect these acorns and plant them in the ground. So you can see this acorn is nice and brown, and you can plant it in the ground. I'm not going to, because the soil here is a bit, but maybe I could. Someone can take this home and plant them. Plant it in a pot, like in a previous video I said how to plant these acorns. You can check that out. An oak tree from an acorn, that video, yes. Now we're going to see if there are some other things. Ooh. It seems like that tree over there there's a squirrel there. Look, there's a squirrel. Squirrels. Trees are squirrels' homes. I think the squirrel was up there.
There, I think I got it. There it is. Keep talking about this.
The tree was... there was some movement and bushy kind of sound. It's a strong rustling sound. And it was because of a squirrel that had big and small, from insects to squirrels. Maybe we can see some insects on this tree. Let's observe. Oh, but first there are some holly berries over here. And I've seen before, not in the forest though, pigeons eating holly berries.
Oh, look, the squirrel.
The squirrel. I can't see it.
It's hidden again now.
can hear something. Oh, there's a squirrel. There it is.
Yeah.
Pretty cute. Let's see on the tree if there are any insects. I'm just looking, and the camera is also close to the tree now. There's a bit of some green spots. I don't know if that's just some small fungi. Oh, I can see a snail trail here. There's some slight slimy stuff over here. That's produced by a slug or snail. The snail's homing instinct is very interesting. So if you have a snail that well knows the house, and you
Like a pet snail.
like a pet snail, yes, or if you just find a snail in the garden, and it likely lives in the garden because of the homing instinct. So if you put a snail if you find a snail in your garden and put it far away, sometime they should come back.
Really?
Yes, this is a very interesting homing instinct for the squirrels. And there
Squirrels or snails?
Oh, sorry, snails. There seems to be some spots on here. I don't know what that really is, but I think it's mottling.
I see. I want to draw your attention to this.
There's some here. Not only does plastic pollute... Oh, there's so much over there. Not only does it pollute the ocean and fish die and creatures die, but it also leaches into the soil and pollutes the soil, making trees not as healthy or not able to grow. These trees are lucky because they have grown to immense heights, but this could change soon.
And people should really be careful about littering, right?
The most important is definitely to believe in plastic pollution.
Good point.
What's the most important? This pond I call the ghost bird pond because one time I was here, I saw a bird which first looked like a normal bird, then turned into something that looked like an ostrich, then it disappeared.
Like a ghost.
Into the plants. What's interesting is that in summer, when there's not that much rain, this pond dries up.
So you can actually walk in it. Can you?
Yes, you can actually walk in it. You can actually walk through the other side, but it's quite easy for some of my friends, but I didn't find it the easiest thing in the world. So when we have been inside here, we've saw big wasps, and we've seen big flies.
It's quite pretty right now. Don't look back.
This is the pond here, and there are lots of birds in here. There are a few geese over here. You can it's zoomed in here so you can see them better, and there seems to be some raft over there, but I'm not talking about that anymore because it's not natural.
I think we just missed a swan as well. There was a swan swimming here. Oh, look at this little bird.
This little bird here. I don't know what this is, but it seems to be quite common here. It seems to have even its head is black, just its face and beak is white, as you can see. Maybe you can see it. The geese have gone a bit further out now, I think. The 3 ducks are coming here. They seem to be doing some sort of starting and stopping thing. Hang on, no, they're not doing it. Those are 3 ducks in the distance. Can you zoom in here to get a good view? No, Oh, those.
Those ones.
Yes, those 3 ducks. Can you zoom in a bit more?
This is the maximum zoom.
You might have not been able to see that very well,
It's really
but
nice
it's
and
the
peaceful
best
here,
trick.
no?
There are still some people talking, which just spoils it for me. It's not really that peaceful.
It's been busy today.
Yes, it was hard to find some. It was a bit harder than usual to find a secluded spot.
You're right.
Now we can look for some insects.
Okay. Do you think this is a good spot for insects?
It's damp, and there are plants around here. I think this is a good place for insects. There's something there. I don't think it's an insect. It seems to be stuck in there. But there's this red thing with some white spots on it. There seem to be several of these actually. There's some plant here which looks interesting. Can get a good shot of this. I don't know what these are. I think they're part of the seeds or fruit of this, but these look like mini pine cones. I can pick one off here, and it looks like a mini pine cone of sorts. I think I've got an insect
Where?
with this as well. Okay, there's something really toxic down here. It's a cigarette. Cigarettes aren't biodegradable. They have plastic, but that's not even the worst part. Not only do they contain harmful nicotine or something, but they also they have arsenic in them, and you might have heard of arsenic. It's some poison. They contain arsenic. It contains radioactive polonium and radioactive lead, which are extremely dangerous.
So does that mean that it's not only harmful for the person who smoked this, but also just leaving it here is dangerous for the environment, is it?
Yes. The toxins and heavy metals will leak into here. The cigarettes also contain carbon monoxide, which reduces oxygen levels in the body. Don't smoke, and don't leave your cigarettes here. I also found a spider over here. It may take some time to get it on camera, but here, this thing here can get in focus. Sorry, it's really out of focus. It just looks
in real life. Oh, there, that tiny one.
That tiny. In real life, the spider is here.
Ah, there, now we have it.
It's on its web. The spiders are really interesting. They make webs. It requires a lot of effort, and they catch insects. Without spiders, insect population would surge, and there'd be too many insects everywhere. Insects are good, but we don't want too many either. Spiders are good because it's all in the food chain. The food chain balance is necessary.
Done?
Honestly, we've caused a bit of imbalance. We've eaten too much stuff. We've killed too many animals in the food chain. I'm really into spiders these days. Did you know that most spiders are venomous, but they actually, most of them just don't produce enough potent venom or enough venom to even affect a human. There are very few spiders which can actually kill humans. Some examples include the Brazilian wandering spider or Sydney funnelweb spider. Look, the baby spider had the same colors. The baby spider I found had the same colors as this spider.
What is it carrying?
This.
Oh, that's its color. Oh, it's fallen off, I think.
What I like about these nature walks is that we get to see the diversity of nature. There are so many different species with different colors and shapes. It's beautiful to look at the diversity. Oh, what combinations could there be that we haven't discovered? Because scientists estimate that most of the species in the world have not even been discovered yet. Oh, what's this? There's a slug here. It's a slug.
Someone's stamped on it. Is it alive?
It's moving, all right, and I think it's pooing.
Okay, maybe we should give it some privacy.
Yes. Do slugs need as much privacy as humans?
That's the question. Should we leave today's video with that question? That maybe nature needs privacy as well as humans?
Yes, and oh yeah, I just saw another cigarette.
Oh God, human beings, eh?